final non-conference game for the Bellarmine Knights, taking on Campbellsville-Harrodsburg, just an hour and 15 minutes away from Freedom Hall. It's been a tough final exam so far. She was never intimidated by finals. That's all-conference Bellarmine guard Bria Torrance. I'm Jack Kaiser. Happy holidays. Bria, it's a stunner. Campbellsville-Harrodsburg playing in its first ever game against a Division I team. They've been scrappy.
They have been very scrappy, and they've been very aggressive on the offensive end. They came to compete tonight, and it's a good first half.
Yeah, it's been a great first half, especially for Campbellsville-Harrodsburg, up by 1, 40-39, forcing a ton of Bellarmine turnovers early. The Knights have 12.
They do, and that's one thing the Bellarmine is continuing to work on and try to get better at. And I think this is a game that they expected to have a little bit more control under it. So they just need to come out in the second half and take care of that ball.
Jada Delton's been fantastic as well offensively. She's got a heck of a step back.
Yes, she does. I'm loving her step back game. It's smooth, and she looks confident.
Delton with 15 points in the first half. Just a sophomore, looking like a great scoring option early on. Bellarmine hanging in there. Yes, Campbellsville-Harrodsburg's been able to capitalize, but Bellarmine did score 39 points in the first half. A lot of that thanks to Jayla Johnson and Mackenzie Keeler.
Yeah. Long. And I think for Bellarmine, this is a
first 4 points. Double comes with the
really transforms, and we did not have. I definitely believe that. I think that they've already got a lot of experience, even just last season, players having to step up and play minutes that they had never played before. That gave them a lot more experience coming into this second season at Division I, and I can tell based on the returners that they have a lot more confidence in their game than they did before, so I'm happy to see that.
Part of that is a full off-season of actual practicing and weightlifting and conditioning, which you guys didn't have last year.
No, we did not. We did not have that. And I promise you, that is where you get so much better. There's nothing I love more than summertime basketball. Open gyms and workouts, that's when your game really transforms. And we did not have that luxury my senior year, but they did, and I think that is showing. They look a lot more prepared coming in than we were, and I'm happy to see that, and I think that they're going to continue to get better.
As Campbellsville-Harrodsburg builds its foundation as a program, period. It started just 4 years ago. Bellarmine is building its foundation in Division I, so a couple of building programs in different respects, and Brian Tribble absolutely loves what his team did in the first half. You said it during halftime, Bria. Yes, Bellarmine expected to win big in this game, but it felt like it might be a little closer than people expected, because Brian Tribble had all the confidence in the world in his players.
He does. He has so much confidence in his players, and hearing him talk about them, I knew that they were going to come into this game aggressive and ready to compete.
Presley Brown comes out in the second half aggressive, draws the foul within 6 seconds, and can immediately give Bellarmine the lead.
And I love that starting off aggressive and getting to the line. That's exactly what Bellarmine needs to continue to do in order to pull this lead away.
She's 5 for 5 at the free throw line tonight. Ties the game at 40. Presley had her first career double-double against Spalding with 11 points and 10 assists. Usually a double-double comes with the rebounds. Had 6 rebounds, got close to that triple-double. Hits both free throws, Bellarmine takes the lead. First possession of the second half for Campbellsville-Harrodsburg.
It's going to be good to see how Campbellsville handles the second half, and if they're going to continue to be as aggressive as they were in the first.
Bounced right to Michaela Smith, missed the first shot, also missed the second. Bellarmine fortunate there with Smith right in front of the cup. Brown slicing through, lost it. Jaden Douthit, player of the game so far, gives it right back. Credit Coatney with the back tap.
That was a quick couple possessions right there. A nice shot by Jaden.
Johnson gives Bellarmine a 3-point lead. First 4 points of the second, scored by Bellarmine.
She is going to be the initiator for their offense. She needs to continue to get going so they can get everybody else in the team can be just as confident.
Brown tips this one away. Streaking ahead of Smith. Lefty layup's good. It's a 6-0 run for the Knights to start off the third quarter.
They're already coming out way more aggressive than they did in that first quarter, and I'm loving it right now, Jack.
And guess where it started? Defense.
Always. Defense is where it starts. Defense creates offense.
See how Campbellsville Harrodsburg adjusts to this newfound intensity here in the third quarter for Bellarmine. Oriana Woods, 8 points in the first half. She averages 18 a game. 4 on the shot clock. A deep three. Air ball to Scott. Behind the back to Springer free. Johnson just lost it out of bounds. So many of those seemingly unforced errors for Bellarmine this game.
Yeah, it's been a lot of unforced turnovers. I think that if they can tighten that up, they're going to become such a great team. They just have, that's just the one part of their game that they have to get better at.
-4 in turnover margin this year. That's near the bottom of the A-Sun, trying to clean that up before conference play starts in a couple of weeks. Ryan Tribble calls the timeout, not liking the disjointed offensive possession there for Campbellsville Harrodsburg. Strong start to the third quarter for Bellarmine, outscoring the Pioneers by 6 so far. With this swipe and score to give Bellarmine a 5-point lead, there's 23 steals in this game. 13 for Campbellsville Harrodsburg and 10 for the Knights. That's unusually large.
That is a lot of steals, meaning that is a lot of turnovers. Both teams have to find a way to take care of the ball.
14 turnovers for each team at this point. 7 on the shot clock for Harrodsburg. Amani Washington launches right out of bounds. Bellarmine was in the halftime locker room for a while with Campbellsville Harrodsburg up by 1 at the break. I'm sure Chancellor Dugan had plenty of words to say to her team, and they've come out with a lot of defensive intensity.
I believe those words have worked. I'm already seeing a lot better rhythm.
Good rhythm shot there for Keelan, just rolled out. Jaden Douthit trying to get it going here in the second half after 15 in the first to lead all scorers. Oriana Woods finds a lane for the deuce.
That was a straight line drive to the basket right there.
6th in the NCCAA Division II in points per game. Plays stretch 4, but Ryan Tribble said she can really play all 5 positions. Here's another turnover. Washington. And Courtney loses it out of bounds.
Yeah, these turnovers, there's something to see.
That's just the way the ball's been bouncing for Bellarmine all night. Wide open, trying to grab the ball, just can't.
It is. It's like our hands are slipping right off of it. I don't know what it is. And that really goes for both teams. I mean, Bellarmine has forced Campbellsville into double digits of turnovers. Both teams are having difficulty taking care of it tonight.
Washington on the attack off the side of the backboard. Knights still trying to find an offensive rhythm. It's mainly been defense to offense to start here in the third. Keelan finds some space on the baseline and is swatted out of bounds by Smith.
I'm not mad at that look. That was an aggressive take by McKenzie. She just got to find a way to get that on the glass.
Smith's been active offensively, defensively, down low. She missed last game against Oakland City. Doesn't look like it.
She doesn't. She is getting her hands all over the balls, both on the rebound and on defense.
Keelan found space, was stuffed by the rim, and it went right out of bounds. Is this just a feel and a confidence thing right now for Bellarmine?
It looks like they're a little bit out of sync on the offensive end. They're trying to find some type of a rhythm. I think they just have to continue to try to use defense right now. I mean, when shots aren't falling in the flow of your offense, you got to use defense to get easier buckets.
Coatney smacks it out of bounds. It'll stay with Harrodsburg. The Knights used a load of offense to beat Spalding 105-48. Just not the case tonight. As Campbellsville Harrodsburg, playing in its first ever game against the D1 team, has been fantastic. Coatney is called for the blocking foul, and Oriana Woods is shaken up.
Yeah, that looked pretty bad. She hit her head pretty hard on that ground. I hope she's okay.
And Brian Tripple's out there to take a look, along with June Monsuno, the trainer for Bellarmine. Just a hard hit on the ground. Woods will come out of the game. Washington is back in, along with Tanaya Cecil. You certainly hope the best for the health of Woods, but that's a big blow for Campbellsville Harrodsburg. She's their top scorer.
Yeah, that definitely hurts for them. I hope that she's able to pull through and get back in this game.
So they'll rely on Jaden Douthit, who still hasn't scored here in the second half. Just 2 points for Campbellsville Harrodsburg in the third. She was trying to create space like she did so many times in the first half. She was called for the offensive foul.
That was another isolation play by Campbellsville. Yeah, she extended that arm out. That's a nice play by Jayla Johnson. Great anticipation.
You had such a good step back as a player. It seems like there's that fine line between pushing off and creating space just with your movement.
It is. It's a very fine line. You got to find a way to not put that arm out. It's almost habit. You want to kind of push it out as you're stepping back, but you got to keep that arm down.
An arm leaked out for Douthit. Bellarmine will have it inbounds on the other side after the foul on Washington. Bounce pass to Farrell. Smith got a hand on it. It's right back to Harrodsburg.
And that is another turnover for Bellarmine.
Even inbounds passes, everything is tight and compact down there. There's just no passing lanes.
It's not. I just don't feel like some of the looks are there.
Douthit is fouled on the jumper by Johnson.
Douthit is going to continue to be aggressive, and that's one thing that Bellarmine has to know. So they just have to keep pressuring her and trying their hardest to keep her out of that paint, because she is looking to attack.
And she's not just a shooter. Yes, she creates the step back, but only 20% of her shots are from three. Wherever the shot comes from, 10 to 25 feet, she can hit it.
Oh yes, definitely. Her mid-range game is definitely showing in this game tonight against Bellarmine.
Back to a 1-point game. Harrodsburg led by 1 at halftime. Shaping up to be a competitive finish in the final non-conference game of the year for Bellarmine. Keelan from the corner, air ball, that's rare for her. And a foul on the floor as Farrell was going hard for it.
It looks like Campbellsville has switched to a zone. I'm interested to see what Bellarmine is going to do to adjust to that new zone defense that they're running.
Yeah, we'll talk about that and more coming up after the break here in the third. Campbellsville Harrodsburg's favorite meal may be Sloppy Joe's, because they've made this a sloppy game at this point, forcing 16 Bellarmine turnovers. Got 15 themselves, but forcing turnovers the other way and helped the Pioneers stay in it.
They're definitely staying in this game based on their defensive energy, and it is working. I'm interested to see how Bellarmine is going to react to this.
When you saw that Campbellsville Harrodsburg had switched to a zone just before the break, going to make that lane even tighter to get through.
It definitely is, and I'm hoping that Bellarmine does not begin to settle. They have to find a way to get it in that paint.
Mackenzie Keelan off the heel on the three. Farrell hustling for it. It's out of bounds off Farrell and Bellarmine. Campbellsville Harrodsburg a chance to take the lead here with 4:40 left in the third. Feels like a big 5 minutes for Bellarmine.
It's definitely important. The third quarter is definitely important.
Woods and one. They get Brown with the body, and Woods gives Campbellsville Harrodsburg the lead.
Woods is going to take it to that basket every single time. There is not a time when she has the ball in her hands where she is not looking to get to the basket. That's a nice aggressive take by her. She leaned in, found the spot on the glass, and put it in.
Can't convert the three-point play, but Harrodsburg still out in front. Brian Tribble had his arm around her, talking to her, coming out of the locker room at halftime. He has a great relationship with Oriana. All of his players, really. But he's known Oriana Woods the longest. She went to high school with his son, Brian Tribble Jr., now a senior. She's been here all 4 years of the program's existence. Presley Brown's a senior as well, and she helps Bellarmine retake the lead. Douthit misfires. Rebound Coatney.
I like that look by Presley. She needs to continue to get to the paint.
Johnson gets in the paint and draws the foul.
Nice take by Jayla Johnson. They have to get to the paint. They're so good when they get inside the lane. I love it.
The problem is when they've gotten there, some of their passes they've tried to thread have gotten stolen. When they attack with that purpose to score, it's oftentimes resulted well.
It's much better. I mean, like I said before, a shot attempt is always better than a turnover. And I feel like if you're that close to the rim, put it on the glass and allow your team to get an offensive rebound. Give your team a chance. When you turn that ball over, that takes the entire possession away.
Especially when Bellarmine has such a big size advantage in this game. The offensive glass, it's actually Campbellsville Harrodsburg leading 11-9, but still, that size is present there for Bellarmine. Always have that chance to take advantage. 3-point lead. They get another stop with the turnover. Keelan the steal.
Nice.
Hardy. Coatney. Twisting. Missed it.
That was a great look. They're fighting. They're battling on those boards right now.
Now here comes Woods. Does she have the answer? They get a foul on Johnson. Or no, they get Harney with the swipe across. There's a lot of contact there. I believe they just got Harney with the foul.
Yeah, Harney definitely reached in. It looked like Jayla was there set, and that's when you have to really trust your teammates that they're going to be in the right spots to help you.
Woods cashes in on both. 1-point game. She's 5 for 6 at the line with 13 points. Woods is starting to take over for Campbellsville Harrodsburg here in the second half.
She's definitely being aggressive and looking for her shot more.
Good feed from Coatney to Keelan. Shack to Matt. 3-point lead for Bellarmine.
I'm loving the high-low look by Bellarmine. That's something they need to continue to do against that zone.
Scott asking for it to be Bellarmine ball. It's not. Why the high-low for Bellarmine?
That's just always going to be a great look. It's hard. Against the zone, the point of emphasis in what's open is going to be that middle. And so when you hit that high post, you have many limitless options. You can kick it out for the three. You can look at your low post. You can attack. I mean, it just opens up the floor for so much opportunity on offense.
Washington way off for the tie. It's out of bounds. Off Zoe Floyd and back to the Knights. Let's see if they can get that high-low rolling again here on this possession as Kayla Smith checks back in. Chancellor Dugan didn't necessarily expect a game this tight at this point. Bellarmine a big favorite with this camp being Campbellsville Harrodsburg's first ever game against a non-D1 or a D1 team. Coatney ducks through. Out to Johnson. Yes!
Great shot by Jayla Johnson. Everything opens up for you when you hit that high post at least one time.
Just like you were talking about, that's Johnson's second three. She's got a game-high 17. That's just Bellarmine's fourth three of the game, shooting 22% from deep.
They're definitely not shooting it like they did against Spalding, but they are fighting to stay in this game and continue to keep this lead.
A lot of fight for both teams. Oriana Woods cuts it back to 4. Keelan falls. She loses it. Douthit handles. And Johnson's called for the foul and the hand check. Both teams in the bonus, final 2 of the third.
Bellarmine is being very aggressive right now, and I like that. They just have to find that happy medium between being aggressive and making the smart play. I feel like Mackenzie Keelan, she's a great three-point shooter, and I like when she attacks the basket, but they just didn't have the numbers or the look right there in that possession.
Just feels like the pace is with Harrodsburg right now, and controlling the pace was the key for Bellarmine today.
It was, and I think they have to find a way to control that pace so they can win this game. Harrodsburg is being extremely aggressive on both ends.
Scott's got so much space in transition. Tightens up underneath. Coatney lost it, but to Keelan. Keelan catch and shoot for 3. Too strong, and Woods has it. Through contact, she can tie it at the line.
Campbellsville is playing so scrappy right now. I mean, they are making Bellarmine bobble that ball. They're everywhere.
So it was all Jaden Douthit in the first half. It's Oriana Woods here in the second. She knocks it in. She's the team's best player if you look at all the stats. Henry Clay High School native. Highly recruited. Had a chance to play right away here. Been with the program all 4 years. And in arguably the biggest game in the program's existence, she's the driving force here in the second half, trying to give them an upset win.
Yeah, she's definitely stepped up in the second half, and I wouldn't have expected anything less from the team's leader. She's came to play, and I think that Bellarmine just needs to find a way to respond defensively.
They've scored the last 6 points Harrodsburg has. Keelan trying to stop the run. Missed the 3. Stocklosa aboard. Good shot fake from Coatney, but she traveled. 18th turnover for Bellarmine. Douthit almost lost it. Knight settle into his zone. Douthit fires away. Offensive rebound. Alyssa Roberts grabbed it. Oriana Woods gives Campbellsville Harrodsburg the lead.
They've got to limit Campbellsville to 1 possession. They have to. They're the bigger team. They're the better rebounding team. They have to slow those possessions down.
They're winning the offensive boards right now. 12-11. And a steal. Coatney blocked it, but also fouled her.
It looks like she might have hit her knee on the way down right there.
Jemiah Britnam will head the line. She pops up, and hopefully she's okay. Every movement, every single pass, pivot is contested on the offensive end for Bellarmine.
It is. Campbellsville's flying around. I mean, they're not always in the right spots, but they are definitely flying around to make sure that someone is taking care of the ball. And I think Bellarmine needs to find a way to, like the coach has said, control the pace. Slow it down. Don't let them speed up your offense.
So Britnam's going to take the free throws. Came down a little funky, twisted. Hopefully it's nothing that bad. Can shake it off as she misses the first free throw. Bellarmine has a chance for the last possession here. Shaking everything out. Still a 2-point game. Farrell's going to push, now slow it down. 1 shot for Bellarmine with Brown at the point.
their last shot right here.
7 seconds. Robertson, Stocklosa for 3. No. 1 second. Brown gets it off. It's short. And Campbellsville Harrodsburg, up by 2, has a chance for a shocking upset in its first ever game against the D1 team. By June Matsuno, the Bellarmine. Jemiah Britnum was injured just at the end of the third quarter. Got to the free throw line and transition after getting her knee twisted up. She's having her knee taken care of by June Matsuno, the Bellarmine trainer. We're underway in the fourth quarter. Campbellsville Harrodsburg trying to extend its lead. Here they do. That's Jaden Douthat. Only 2 points in the third quarter after 15 in the first half. Largest lead of the game for Campbellsville Harrodsburg.
That was a big shot by Douthat. Neither team is shooting the three very well.
Bellarmine trying to go inside. Johnson missed it. Knights looking for answers offensively. Stocklosa swarmed, loses it, out of bounds off Stocklosa.
It was just nothing there. It was just nothing there at all. That's when you have to pull it back out and either call something quick or just get a better look. It was nothing there on that possession.
It's been an interesting night. Campbellsville Harrodsburg got here very late. Their head coach, Brian Tribble, that's a turnover in Washington, said, it's just been one of those days where it's been Murphy's Law. We're just happy to be here, excited to compete, looking to pick up a win, but it's been a tough day. Bellarmine coming off 2 great games. The narrative has totally flipped than what we expected.
It really has. If you would have said that Campbellsville Harrodsburg would be leading at the end of the third, I would not have believed you. But I am happy to see them being aggressive. I hope that Bellarmine can push back here and just find their rhythm.
Feels like Murphy's Law for Bellarmine today. 20 turnovers. Haven't been able to hit their outside shots, trying to scrape out this win before the end of the non-conference slate and a 2-week break.
Yeah, they have not shot the three well today, but they have to combat that by getting to the rim, and they just seem a little bit out of sync.
Brown swatted by Smith. All the good juju with Harrodsburg. Douthat almost banked it in. Here's Johnson to Lucy Robertson, slicing through and 1. Maybe that's the spark for the Knights.
That is a nice strong take by Lucy Roberts. I love that look.
She's been working on her hands quite a bit, her agility underneath. Over the last couple of games for her, she did miss that Spalding game due to concussion protocol. That looks really improved for Lucy Robertson.
It definitely is. I can definitely tell that her hands have improved. And just even her awareness on the court of catching the ball and being aware enough to know that I need to attack right here and get that ball in the glass.
A lot of promise there for the sophomore. Lucy with 7 points tonight, coming off 13 against Ball State. Forearm on Stocklosa. First team foul on Bellarmine this quarter, and a game riddled with fouls.
There have been a lot of fouls tonight, and they do not want this Campbellsville team in the bonus in the stretch of this fourth quarter.
Douthat fades, misses. Rebound Stocklosa. You say they don't want them at the free throw line. That's because they're 20 for 24. Farrell with the reverse is fouled, and she can tie the game at the stripe.
I like that take by Hannah Farrell. I like how she's getting to the rim, being aggressive, trying to get to the line.
The player coming off an ankle injury
Nice.
At the start of the season. That's a confident move.
It was definitely a confident move. I mean, the reverse shot is something that you have to be confident in order to attempt. So I like that look by her. I like how she leaned in and just put it up on the glass. She saw that the defender was swiping down, and she took advantage of that. That's a good play by Hannah.
Still a 1-point lead for Harrisburg. Washington the rebound. 22 points for Douthit, 20 for Woods. They've been their top 2 scorers all year. Carrying Campbellsville Harrisburg today. Another push foul on Stoklosa. It's called tight.
It is being called tight, but also, I mean, Campbellsville is really, they're attacking the top foot. And right there you can see Presley had that right foot ahead. And Douthit, she saw that. She attacked that top foot. I mean, that's nothing else that you could ask for from a player. They're attacking and they're being aggressive.
Tipped up. Campbellsville Harrisburg keeps momentarily. Stoklosa dives for it. Possession arrow with Bellarmine. So when you say top foot and that staggered defensive stance, is it important for Bellarmine to just stay square?
I think it's important for Bellarmine, yes, to stay square. When you want a player to go a certain way, you don't turn your feet and have a foot forward. What you do is you slide your body parallel, taking away the hand that you want them to not go with. So when she turns that foot, that's giving her the opportunity to be the aggressor, to attack the top foot, as opposed to just being parallel and sliding over, forcing her to go right.
Harrisburg's taken advantage of that quite a few times tonight. Knights trying to take the lead here with under 7.5 to go.
Looks like Campbellsville is back in that zone. They're trying to pack the paint in.
3, and Bellarmine leads. Who else but Jayla Johnson?
They needed that one. They needed that one.
Can the Knights start to break away? They haven't been able to all evening.
It's important to get a stop right here. This stop is extremely important.
It's Woods. Zoe Floyd traveled before she shot it. So they got that stop.
Score, stop, score. That's all they need to do. Score, stop, score continuously.
They just haven't been able to string those together a lot.
They haven't. They have not been able to string those together tonight. But the fourth quarter is what's the most important. It's about how you finish.
See if they can finish strong. Final non-conference game of the season. A-Sun play looming. They want to go into Christmas break with a win. And Jayla Johnson, after hitting the 3 to take the lead, is fouled on the drive.
Jayla is continuing to be aggressive tonight, and I think she could use a little bit more help. Even on that entry pass to Lucy right there, I mean, there was no attempt to look at the basket or try to score that ball, and those are the looks that they need. It's inside.
This type of game, expected to win big, ends up being tight. There's a lot of pressure on the team. Feels like a leader needs to step up. Jayla's taken over that role. That would have been you or Tasia Jeffries last year. But Jayla's emerged into that role this season coming over from Toledo.
She definitely has, and her game speaks for itself.
Jayla Douthit, the other way, has emerged as the leader for Campbellsville Harrisburg.
My goodness, they're going back and forth. We got a good game here.
Neither team can pull away. Farrell, 4-point lead for the Knights. And a timeout taken by Chancellor Dugan. We're set up for a great finish. 4-point lead for Bellarmine. Harrisburg a chance to pull off a major upset against Bellarmine here at Freedom Hall. The Pioneers' first ever game against a Division I team, a program that's 4 years old. They play in the NCCAA Division II. Bellarmine, encouraging last couple of games, playing very well against Spalding and Ball State. In for a dogfight tonight. Final 6 to go. Harrisburg has a big stretch right here to not let this one get away.
Harrisburg has to find a way to stay within a couple possessions of this game, and Bellarmine has to find a way to pull away.
They haven't been able to do it all night. They get this stop, though. Woods missed it from short range, despite having 20 points tonight. Johnson's open for a big three. Knights have been ice cold from downtown this game, under 30%.
The three has not been falling like they would like it to, but they just have to find a way to get to that line. Free throws are going to be extremely important in the fourth quarter.
For both teams, Campbellsville Harrisburg has shot 24 and made 20 of them. Right about on their average for the season as far as attempts. Farrell swats it out of bounds. They've played their game, and that's helped them stay in it.
Oh, they've definitely played their game. They are definitely playing to their strong suits.
Woods, no foul. Smith threw it short. Bellarmine's getting the stops. Can they cash in offensively? Scott takes her first three, and it's a massive one.
I love that shot by Kathleen. I love when she's aggressive and looking for her own shot. She can shoot that ball.
She leads the team in three-point percentage, just doesn't take a whole lot of them. That was her second shot of the game. 3-possession ball game, largest lead for Bellarmine. They can't expand it. Harrisburg has another chance to keep it tight.
I like what Bellarmine was doing right there with their three-man weave, just trying to slow the game down a little bit. That wasn't a bad look. They just have to get it on the glass.
Between the turnovers and the missed open looks, those seem to be the two keys offensively why Bellarmine hasn't been able to pull away.
They haven't. And turnovers and missed open looks are always discouraging. They have to find a way to get it back on the defensive end, though.
They are outscoring Harrisburg 14-5 here in the fourth quarter. Woods missed a three. So the Knights anchoring down defensively, trying to use that to carry them to their third win of the year. Brown's playing with 4 fouls. Nearly floated at home. Follow miss short. And the rebound to Cecil. 2-on-1. Woods from the elbow. Rebound Johnson.
Campbellsville cannot get it to fall right now. Bellarmine just needs to continue to play their game.
Great pass from Johnson. Staglosa gives Bellarmine the 9-point lead. So here they go, slowly pulling away near the end. Smith planted, follow missed, rebound Robertson. And a hip check on Smith. Scott in transition got it.
That's a great look by Jayla. Great look. She's definitely stepped up and led them on tonight. They needed that offensive lead for sure.
You could argue it's not even her cleanest game.
I don't think it's anyone's cleanest game on Bellarmine tonight.
Expected to win big. It's been tight the whole way. Campbellsville Harrisburg led by 5 here in the fourth. Bellarmine on an 8-0 run though. Staglosa, door is shut. Brown finds some space and hits the mid-range J.
That's a nice look. And you can see in this late fourth quarter, they're slowing it down. They're changing the pace. Whereas Campbellsville wants to play fast. They want to score in transition, and Bellarmine is not allowing that. And I think that's what's helped them pull away.
And that patience offensively has served them well late. Under 3 to go. Big possessions right here for Harrisburg if they've got a shot. Wood Woods through 2 defenders. That's a tough look. Bellarmine at 5-on-4. Smith getting back late. They're slowing it down though. Brown over the top. Robertson.
Nice board by Lucy. Wait, aggressive rebound. I like that.
Trying to get her for the foul
wow.
though.
Wow.
It's been called tight tonight.
It has. I didn't see that one.
2.5 to play. Harrodsburg's hopes fading here in their first ever game against the Division I team. What an encouraging performance, though, all around so far tonight.
Oh, yes. Campbellsville can take so much from this game. They played very, very well tonight.
Douthat, that step back been working for all night. Missed it there. Out of bounds off Harrodsburg. They're just missing shots late.
Yeah, these past few minutes have just been completely cold for Campbellsville Harrodsburg. But I'm happy with Bellarmine limiting them to 1 shot, 1 possession. And they just need to finish this game.
Brown's been a closing option. Over to Farrell. Got space on the baseline. Robertson, and 1. That's just such a great look from Farrell to Lucy.
That was a great look, great pass, great dive to the rim.
She took away, or had the tough angle shot, gave it to Robertson for the better angle, right in front of the rim.
That was a great pass, and that was great hands by Lucy to be ready.
Again, that's an area where she's been working on, improved so much. Robertson now has 11 points, her 2nd consecutive game in double figures.
Bellarmine has really managed to find a way to pull away in these last 5 minutes.
Outscoring Harrodsburg 21-5 here in the 4th quarter. Scores deceiving though. It has been tight all the way up until these final few minutes. Brown, 16-point lead. Bellarmine seals it.
Yep, and that's the game right there, Jack. But I'm happy. I think that Coach Tribble is extremely happy from what he's seen from his team tonight. They didn't make shots in the past few minutes, but they played extremely hard throughout this game. And I know that Coach Dugan is happy with the way that Bellarmine has found a way to finish.
Finish great for Bellarmine. All-around game for Jaden Douthat. Outstanding tonight with 26 points. Highest of any player out there on the floor. Jayla Johnson, 24 points leading Bellarmine in scoring. She carried the load in the second half.
Yep, those are shots that they were just making throughout the entire game.
And they were making them early. Douthat had that run in the first half where she looked unconscious.
Oh my
Jayla
goodness.
Johnson here in the 4th quarter, doing what you'd expect from your leader.
Definitely. She stepped up. I mean, I wouldn't have expected anything less from her tonight. She showcased exactly what she could do. She led on the offensive end. I'd like to see her talk a little more, get her teammates involved from a verbal standpoint. But other than that, she's been great.
Ties a career high with 24 points, tonight's player of the game, as Bellarmine will wrap this one up with a victory. Jayla scored 24 at Ohio State, number 21 ranked team in the country. She went unconscious herself that game from 3, hitting 6 of them. But tonight, it's been a different type of 24. She had an early 3, but it's been all late points mainly for Jayla Johnson, getting it done in transition and also from behind the arc.
And that's the great thing about being the leader on this team is finding a way to finish. She knew that this 4th quarter was going to be crucial, and she stepped up to the plate and helped expand this lead for Bellarmine.
Saw plenty of shots like that from you here in Freedom Hall last year.
Oh, yeah.
Did you wear number 3?
I did. I was number 3 my entire career, actually. From the moment I started playing, like, school basketball, I was number 3 the entire time.
Well, there's something about number 3 in Freedom Hall. Only difference is they're Nike this year.
Oh, yeah.
Made that switch over this year. Bellarmine very excited about that partnership. It's going to be a win for the Knights. but it didn't look great for a while. Campbellsville-Harrisburg was up 5 late here in the second half. Kathleen Scott pushed on the drive to stop the clock. Bellarmine's going to move to 3-8 in non-conference. Campbellsville-Harrisburg's played a ton of games already, 16 of them. They're going to drop to 6-11. Could argue this is their best loss of the year by far.
Oh, I would definitely argue that they played great tonight. They've competed the entire time, and they definitely gave Bellarmine a little run for their money for a secondary. But Bellarmine is a seasoned team. They've got lots of leaders on this team, and they knew how to finish this game.
Program just 4 years old. Might be the best loss in program history, considering this is their first ever game against a Division I team. Again, had the lead here in the second half. Outstanding performances from so many different people. But you look at Jaden Delphick with 26, Oriana Woods with 20. Ultimately, Bellarmine gets the last laugh thanks to the play of Jayla Johnson and some great defense. Holding Campbellsville-Harrisburg to 7 points right now in the fourth quarter. 7.5 on the clock. That's what separates Bellarmine from A-Sun playing a 2-week break prior to.
Yes, I know Coach Dugan is happy that they're going on to the Christmas break with a win. And I'm sure Coach Dribble is happy that they're coming into this Christmas break. But you said, like you said, their best loss of the season probably. I mean, they have played really hard tonight against high-level competition.
They weren't just happy to be here. They came to win. They almost got it done. It's going to be Bellarmine, though. 5 seconds left. Woods takes the last shot. 82-63. The Bellarmine Knights pull it out after a hard-fought contest with Campbellsville-Harrisburg out of the NCCAA. And that'll do it for the non-conference slate for the Bellarmine Knights. Bria, we didn't expect this kind of a game, but it was a fun one.
It was very fun to watch, and I'm happy with what I saw from both teams. I'm glad that Bellarmine was able to pull it out in the end and finish strong. In Campbellsville, they showed that they have a lot of room for improvement. So I'm sure Coach Tribble is very happy with what he saw tonight.
Gotta love the fight from his team playing in his first ever Division I game. Holiday spirit all around. Jaden Douthick and the Pioneers came out firing early. She had 26 points tonight, but Jayla Johnson had 24, and the Knights were just too much down the stretch, outscoring